send these to my mom and tell her this is what we do.
So we're back making jalapeno poppers videos part 2. As you can see, Kade has scraped out the insides and is so carefully stuffing them with cream cheese.
Cream the cheese. It puts the cream cheese in the hole.
You should tell your side of the story of when you knew that you wanted to marry me, and then I'll tell my version, and we'll see how they compare. And you should tell about
each of us knew we were right for each other?
that we knew, that or how, you should tell when you knew that you wanted to marry me, and then what it was like to buy the ring, and how you felt the week before you proposed to me, and when you did, and how you came up with that, and what you said. Tell your story of that, and then I'll tell my story of what I thought was going on during that week. When you asked my parents also, you should tell that.
Well, you'll have to know one thing, that our church believes in divine revelation. Which means if we can literally have access to all of God's knowledge if we ask and are obedient to Him. Some of these answers can come to who are you supposed to stay with forever. So when we started dating, I really enjoyed Katie. We had a lot of fun together. Did a lot of goofy stuff. She's laughing because she knows it's true.
We did some pretty weird stuff, that's for sure.
Not weird, but like pushing carts at Walmart and stuff like that.
Before Kate goes any farther, one thing, the first thing he ever bought me was on our first time that we spent time together, and it was so weird because I didn't know what I was allowed to do with him because I was only home for my mission 3 weeks, same with him, and he was an elder, and so I didn't know whether I could hug him or give him a handshake, so we did both. And then we went to Walmart, and he bought me a juice. That was sweet. Anyway,
bug juice. It was an old childhood memory of mine.
Yes, we experienced childhood together. I took him around Idaho Falls and showed him some places. I don't know, how did you feel about our first time together?
Really enjoyed you.
Good.
I really enjoyed the time that we had and when we talked about each other's families. It was really enjoyable.
Anyway, continue on with where you were. Sorry about that I interrupted you.
So we started dating. It was like after the second or third time we met. That's when we made it official that we were dating. And every single time we went to see each other, we just got more and more inseparable with each other. It was harder and harder for each of us to leave back home.
That is
Katie
true.
also threatened me that one day I'll come down and I have to drive back and you have to sit there and see me drive off instead of me seeing you drive off, and you'll have to cry yourself to sleep that night.
That's because I knew I really liked him, and it was hard for him to leave. It was hard for me to watch that, and so I told him one day he was going to have to experience that, because it got to a point when I actually started crying when he would leave. And then when that happened, I don't know if you cried or not when I left. Did you?
I didn't cry, but I was thoroughly sad.
Did you watch me drive off into the...
I did. I waited for you until you left the street.
Aww. Heartbreaking moments.
That's fixed now. But anyways, we started to date. We went on multiple dates. And we were getting into a point of our relationship. Let's say we've been only dating a month. I think it was a month or a month and a week. And we really started talking about marriage. And about our goals we wanted. And so we talked and we're like, well, if either of us find an answer, we'll let the other person know. And I don't know, Katie told me I think she got it first, but she'll have to tell you her side. But I had talked to my wife, my young single adult bishop. He's a bishop over people 18 and old, over to like around 30, it's a war just to be around people your own age and to find courtship and dating. I didn't date anyone in there.
That's because you were dating me.
Yeah, exactly. And so we were like, well, I talked to my bishop and told him, my parents, They wanted me to date around, and I understood that.
Wait, let's show them the bacon.
Okay, here's the bacon. What we're gonna do is we're gonna cut it in half right here and wrap it around each one. I'm probably gonna have extra bacon. But anyways, I went to the bishop to consult with him, and I had prayed and read the scriptures and gone to church to find out what I'm supposed to do. And he said that he has my approval. This is when I was asking if I ask Katie to marry me, if this should be a thing, and would this be important. He told me that, people your age, it's important to get off a mission and to get into that groove of progressing in your life, get married, because it's important to find someone who you really love, and I really loved Katie a lot.
Oh, one other thing you should know about we weren't even officially dating. It was our first time we even spent time together. And we told each other we loved each other. And the night before, he had sent me a message with hearts all over in it. And that was cute. Anyways, continue on.
And so, now I'm wrapping the bacon. You just take it and you wrap it around like so. There's one. So, talk to the bishop to find out what I should do. And he had my approval to ask her. I prayed about it. And before this had all come down, we went to the temple together in Rexburg. And that day I had to seek revelation, as I was speaking about, to know if I needed to marry Katie, if she was the one for me. And I remember there's certain rooms in the temple. And the last room is the celestial room, which is a room very, very...
Keep going?
Very, very special. And it's just a place where it's just very peaceful. And as we were sitting in there, I had just thought about her. I looked at her, and I just had this overwhelming feeling that she was supposed to be very important in my life, and that I needed to make her part of it. And so I knew that day I needed to ask her to marry me. And I knew that I loved her, and I knew the Lord was wanting us to be together. And so I took that step, and I've asked her. That's in a different movie. I'll tell you how I proposed to her.
All right.